Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
जो बच्चा एक सोच रहा है कि सिर्फ इंजीनियर ही जाएंगे, सिर्फ IITian ही टॉप कॉलेजेस में जाएंगे, सिर्फ NITian ही जाएंगे, एंड how did you kill it 228 in NMAT? I want to know your real story behind it.
Because when I gave my first NMAT mock, I cleared the 210 marks that you were required to clear. After the second attempt of NMAT, I was so sure that I was going to kill it. So I did not focus much on CAT paper. Then 3 years straight, I used to practice DI के sets. तो initially मैंने अपने आप के लिए target set किया था कि 1 set 1 hour.
Hi everyone, welcome on board. Hi Aashna, welcome on board for the part 2 of Real Humans of B School series.
Hi, hello.
I am going to talk about, and I want your inputs about how to crack NMAT. This girl, ये लगती छोटी सी है. We haven't met in person yet, तो मुझे पता नहीं. तो छोटी सी है कि लंबी सी है?
I am 5'7".
Oh my goodness, लग नहीं रही. सच्ची बता रहा हूँ 5'7". Great, Aashna. I want to know your NMAT story. I want to know your 228 NMAT, and you killed it. And there were other calls as well that you cracked, other B schools as well. But let's talk about NMAT. And today's session, I want to be fully focused about जो बच्चा एक सोच रहा है कि सिर्फ इंजीनियर ही जाएंगे, सिर्फ IITian ही टॉप कॉलेजेस में जाएंगे, सिर्फ NITian ही जाएंगे. And how did you kill it 228 in NMAT? I want to know your real story behind the scene.
Okay, so I'll start with saying that there are 2 parts to the whole structure of giving these exams, right? So one is time-based exam and other is non-time-based. So time-based exams include NMAT, SNAP, IFT,
It's
CMAT.
7 o'clock.
And other exams include CAT, SAT, and such exams which require more of logical thinking. So now the problem with me was I was able to solve quantitative aptitude questions and DI questions if they were a notch lower than the CAT and SAT level. So if I was given 10 minutes, I would do maximum number of sums as possible, but I was not able to solve like a little higher level questions. And whereas I was very strong with my verbal and my LR. So now, after 1-2 months of preparation, I got to know that I'm good at time-based exams because I took a couple of mocks, and also during the preparation, I realized this, that I was meant for time-based exams because when I gave my first NMAT mock, I cleared the 210 marks that you were required to clear.
Yeah.
So in the first mock itself, I scored 210.
Good.
So I thought that this is a good sign. And this is something like this is an omen that I'll just focus on time-based exams.
Good.
So I focused on that, and with exams like CAT, you should give 1 mock per day, like 1 mock, then 3 days gap, then another mock. So in the 3 days gap, you will just prepare the weaknesses that you faced in the initial mocks, right? But in time-based exams, what you do is give 1 mock each day. So when I was preparing for NMAT mocks, I gave 1 mock each day because it is more about how many sums you're able to solve in a particular frame of time. You're not required to think a lot because questions are easy, level 1, level 2 questions. And it's very important to be clear fundamentally, right? So after 1 to 2 months of preparation, you will be good enough to solve NMAT questions, NMAT and SNAP questions. Just start giving mocks after that, and one day, 1 mock. You
had CAT into your preparation plan always कि तूने CAT छोड़ ही दिया था कि मेरे को करना ही NMAT है and I'm going to kill
CAT दिया था sir. मैंने CAT दिया था, but so first attempt I gave in October, and second attempt I gave just before CAT. So after the second attempt of NMAT, I was so sure that I was going to kill it. So I did not focus much on CAT paper. तो ये रीजन था कि CAT इतना अच्छा नहीं हुआ था मेरा. बट हाँ, उसके पहले मैंने NMAT स्नैप पे ज्यादा फोकस करा था बिकॉज मुझे पता चल गया था कि CAT करने से इतना कुछ नहीं होगा, बट NMAT करने से मेरा डेफिनेटली क्लियर होने वाला है. तो मैंने उस पर ज्यादा फोकस किया. और प्रिपरेशन के टाइम पे व्हाट आई डिड वाज वर्बल LR मेरी स्ट्रेंथ है, क्वांट DI वीकनेस है, मतलब रिलेटिवली पुअर है मेरा एज कम्पेयर टू वर्बल एंड LR. तो मैंने वर्बल और DI को मर्ज किया था. एक दिन में मैं वर्बल करूंगी और DI करूंगी, फिर नेक्स्ट वीक आई वुड गो विद LR एंड क्वांट. मैंने वैसे डिवाइड किया था कि एक हेवी सब्जेक्ट एक लाइट सब्जेक्ट. सो वर्बल वाज अ केक वॉक फॉर मी, मतलब इट वाज वेरी इजी फॉर मी. एंड मॉर्निंग में मैं उठती थी, आई एम अ मॉर्निंग पर्सन, सो आई यूज्ड टू वेक अप इन मॉर्निंग 6 o'clock. देन 3 hours straight I used to practice DI के सेट्स. तो इनिशियली मैंने अपने आप के लिए टारगेट सेट किया था कि 1 set 1 hour. बट देन इवेंचुअली यू विल गेट टू इंक्रीज योर स्पीड विद प्रैक्टिस. बट पहले ऐसा था कि एक सेट में 1 घंटे में करूंगी क्रैक. तो 3 hours तक मैं कंटिन्यूसली DI करती थी. उसके बाद ब्रेक लेती थी, उसके बाद उसका एनालिसिस करती थी कि क्यों रॉन्ग हुआ या क्यों मैं ये नहीं कर पाई, क्यों मतलब कहाँ डिफिकल्टी फेस हुई मुझे. फिर वो करने के बाद आई यूज्ड टू डू वर्बल थोड़े टाइम के लिए, क्योंकि उससे मेरा हेड स्पेस क्लियर हो जाता था और मतलब वो बहुत इजी लगता था मुझे कि, और उसमें मैं सिर्फ अपने वीक पार्ट्स पे फोकस करती थी ज्यादा. क्योंकि वो तो वैसे भी स्ट्रेंथ है मेरी, तो मैं वीकनेस पर ही फोकस करती थी. उसके बाद फिर आई टेक एन आफ्टरनून नैप and then again I used to follow the same schedule, DI and then verbal.
You not working?
So
you not doing anything else before when you were preparing?
No. I'm a fresher.
I'm a fresher. Did you take a gap or graduation के सीधा बाद ही तूने शुरू किया?
I had to take a gap because I had my CA attempt उस नवंबर में जब कॉलेज खत्म हुआ.
Yeah, that comes in.
तो इसलिए I had to take a gap, वरना मैं उसी साल देती थी.
That's amazing.
Preparation तो I had already started पहले.
That's so lovely. So any other calls you had apart from NMAT?
I had symbiosis का call.
Good, very nice, great.
So I cleared SNAP and NMAT दोनों.
This is super. Any parting thoughts you had? These are great inputs यार. तूने पूरा जो इनको schedule बताया, I'm sure people will be listening to you. See, now you're a role model. You whatever you say, 2 years back तो सोचे कि when you meet somebody from NM or an IM or an SPJ, you would say, oh, this guy is cool. So अभी you're a role model. So any parting thoughts you had for all these people who are listening to the real humans of these cool stories?
I would just like to say कि तुम लोग पहले अपना कैलिबर जान लो कि ऐसा नहीं, मतलब people will tell you कि हाँ नहीं एंड मोमेंट तक कैट के लिए ही प्रिपेयर करो, फिर देखेंगे छोटी मोटी एग्जाम्स तो हो जाएगी. ऐसा नहीं होता है, मतलब छोटी मोटी एग्जाम्स नहीं होती है ऐसे क्लियर, बिकॉज इजी है तो फिर इजी सबके लिए है. इट्स जस्ट अबाउट टाइम मैनेजमेंट. तो अगर तुम करो तो पहले अपना कैलिबर जान लो कि कैट दैट तुम लोग कर पाओगे कि नहीं. पहले फ्यू मंथ्स ऑफ प्रिपरेशन, ऑफ कोर्स यू शुड एम फॉर IIMs, बट अगर नहीं हो रहा है तो फिर छोड़ दो उसे or focus on other things you're good at. And then start working on that.
That's great. This is lovely, yaar. Thank you so much, Aashna. You were awesome, yaar. And I wish you all the best during your internship. You've killed a great internship as well. So, bas maze karo and may God bless you in all the endeavors.
Thank you.